Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
I'm Jace. I'm pissed off.
He's pissed off because of the last episode of Brotherhood we reacted to. It was really quiet, and we couldn't really hear anything. But we fixed the problem. We're gonna have
Temporarily.
Temporarily,
We're still working on it.
But we shouldn't have any problems with this episode, at least. So, if there was any times where he was like scrunching his head together, or we couldn't really understand what people were talking about.
I'm pushing it into my ears so I can actually hear shit.
I put those on. It was quiet. I couldn't believe it. I just have this and I could hear it.
Just for your guys, so we can explain. This is what we use here. This cord right here is plugged into a 3.5 millimeter jack output that comes from my monitor. So I have the sound coming to my monitor. It then goes through this cord into this, a headphone splitter, which is split between his headphones and my headphones. For some reason, when you plug in a second pair, the other pair gets quieter. He says he doesn't feel it in his, but when I gave him these and he could tell. So those are our technical difficulties.
So yeah.
But that's not what you came here for.
Yeah.
So
Jace, we had the last.
Maybe you guys have a suggestion. I don't know. So.
Alright. So Jace.
In other words.
So it's the first episode of the last. The last episode was the first episode. Do you like the first episode?
Yes, I did.
Okay. It kind of establishes like the characters, and I feel like if I had watched just Brotherhood, the faster pace of the show, I would have not remembered any of the characters' names.
This is my third time watching that episode.
I know.
Do I remember? I mean, you got me into. You told me to start watching it. I said, "Fuck it, I'm going to start watching it." I would literally watch an episode or two while I'm doing a plasma donation.
You said you only watched like the first 3 episodes, right?
Maybe the fourth.
Maybe the fourth.
Maybe.
Right. But that's still like the majority of the shows. But we're just going to watch it all and just enjoy it. Okay. So this episode, I don't think a lot happens. We just find some more shit out about the Elric brothers.
I remember this episode terrifying me.
Okay, well let's get excited about it. Just a reminder, if you're a patron, pledge $1. You go to the link in the description. You get to watch the full length, but you need your own reference footage. And if you're a $3 patron, you can watch next week's episode right now. All right.
It's muted.
With just $1 a month, you get access to every episode of Fullmetal we react to, along with every episode of My Hero, because we have My Hero Monday and Fullmetal Friday.
Finally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard for me to react. I'm just engaged. There are people who I've seen this show like a couple times, not religiously, but like for you, this is your first viewing. For me, more like first of the week viewing. But I'm still just 100% engaged. So yeah, that's it's like I was saying in the last episode. I feel like Ed is super relatable because you meet early on you find out like his mistake. Also, it's interesting because technically Ed's a crippled, and you don't really have a lot of main characters in shows like this who are handicapped. And it's not like oh, I lost my limbs, but I have these artificial replacements, and it's like I have limbs. It's not like a 100%.
I remember you've told me, be like, well, automail is good. It's still not nearly as good as having a real arm. You're
like a real flesh and bone.
This still kind of sucks.
Like, it's actually kind of painful. Like, if, like, having, like, getting the automail attached and, like, even putting it on. Like, let's say, like, Ed's arm malfunctions and it breaks off. Like, he's in a bad fight, it breaks off. And Winry makes him a new arm. And when she puts it on, it fucking hurts. It's connecting to your nerves. Which, by the way, I thought it was pretty funny how when we bring up the date, you brought up the date, like what it said on their mom's tombstone. You were like, oh, this is like way in the past. I'm like, yeah, the technology is the same, but we just have alchemy. There's fucking automail. Like, it's just one thing. That's it. That's all they have automail.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
No, but it's cool.
Dumb that they go in the past, but at the same
everything
time,
is the
there's
same.
Only this one thing.
All technology is the same, except for this one thing. That's it. But it's for Ed's aesthetic, and it's cool. And like there are some times where the automail comes in handy. Like there's this one time he's trying to climb over like a barbed wire fence, so he just puts his arm over it to push it down. He's like, oh well, it's times like these I'm glad I have this automail. instead of flesh and bone. So, yeah, like we said, he's only seen like the first 3, maybe 4 episodes. I'm waiting to get to like the good stuff, the meat and potatoes, because it's just such a good show. I can't believe I've seen it, and I'm just sitting here. I'm so engaged. So yeah, they want to find the reason they're going to Lior is because they want to find the Philosopher's Stone. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Ed doesn't really care about himself really. The main focus, he wants to put Ed back. He wants to put Al back in his original body. That's the main focus. Because Al, he can't eat, he can't sleep, he can't drink, he can't feel pain or hot or cold.
He can't feel things. Ugh.
But even then, like, he's still one of the most like positive people on the show, and that's like what's admirable about him. And I started saying this point earlier, like, it's so easy to see Al as like Ed's sidekick, but he's so much more than that. He's such a great character.
They're equals.
Yes, and I love just how much like they love each other and respect each other. I do think it's smart to have Ed. Ed is the only one who can like do the clappy hand trick, and Al can't do it. Because
no, didn't they just say in this episode that there's actually other people who are capable of doing that?
Their teacher.
Who the hell is their teacher?
You saw her. Like they did a quick flash of like, oh, we studied with an alchemy teacher. That is Miss Azumi Curtis, a badass.
So wait, how often do people learn how to do alchemy without a circle?
I'm trying to think of all the people.
I thought it was like something that Ed could do.
I can't really give anything away without spoiling things, but I'm trying to think of it's rare, extremely rare. Like the fact that Ed can do it is a big deal, and pretty much is what handed him the right to become a state alchemist. The thing I always wondered about Alphonse is that the only like couldn't Alphonse like modify his body if he wanted to?
I feel like he could.
Like in a fight. Well, he never does. But like in a fight, because Ed does the thing where he claps his hands and then makes the blade on his automail arm. He fights with that a little bit. You could do the same thing with Al, but they just don't. And it's probably because they don't want to risk fucking up with the blood seal on the inside of the armor. Because you know what happens if anybody just wipes at that blood seal? It kills Al. That blood seal needs to remain intact.
Can they protect? Is there any other way where they could just straight up protect it?
You would think he would like take some metal covering and just clap over it, cover it up.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't.
There's nothing else you can say.
It's
that episode is terrifying because
I was saying
the way they do human transmutation, man. Are you fucking kidding me?
So, I was saying it earlier, I remember one time I bumped into a kid on Halloween and they were dressed like Deku. I'm like, oh, that's so cool because I don't really see like a lot of kids who watch like mainstream anime like that. But like My Hero Academia is really popular with kids. Like there are a lot of kids who watch it. I don't know if you could show this to a kid. I'm not showing this to my kid. People.
Hey son, are you 13? Come on, I want to show you something.
Like, oh my god,
this is one of the greatest animes you're ever going to see.
The losing of the leg and like it's like body horror. And then there's like that monster with like a spine. It's like rib cage sticking out. Ugh. You have any questions?
Is it possible to just create an actual normal body with human transmutation?
Well, they did,
like without the soul.
They did that, and I guess it kind of had a soul because it was moving around. But I don't really know.
Well, I wanted to say that. Okay,
I know is
let's go into okay, obviously different franchises, but I feel like there's going to be some point here. In Ruby, they said that Grimm don't have a soul, but still, they're not mindless as that was.
Yeah. So in I'm just saying, like human transmutation. I don't think there's ever been a case in the show where like my girlfriend died like 5 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago, or 5 hours ago, or 2 days ago. I used human transmutation. She's okay. There have been there's medical alchemy where somebody can like use alchemy to like heal wounds. Like, oh, you have a cut here, and you like takes your body and like kind of sticks it back together.
But again, they can't like just create they lost their arm. Ed lost his arm. They can't use alchemy to recreate his arm, his limbs.
That's what they want the Philosopher's Stone for, because I think with the Philosopher's Stone, he could potentially make matter out of nothing. That's the beauty of the Philosopher's Stone.
That's not supposed to be possible. I hate when they just break rules like that.
Well, no, but that's the power of the Philosopher's Stone. It's not like they
shouldn't be though.
That's
even
why.
with just having some magical item.
But no.
Allows that to happen.
But no. Okay, I won't say anything. But trust me, it works. Okay, I will. And when we get there, I will explain to you, like, the about the Philosopher's Stone. Okay.
Another thing. I've heard that the Reality Stone is capable of creating something from nothing, and it can change the laws of physics.
Well, that's Marvel. We didn't even really know what
those are the Infinity Stones. It's different.
And it's not like there's only one Philosopher's Stone out there. There are
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like you can make
maybe
one.
There's only one single Philosopher's Stone.
Like if you can but in Fullmetal Alchemist, if you want a Philosopher's Stone and you know how to make it, you can make it. It's just Ed and Al don't know how to make it, and they don't know where to get one. But remember, like, it boosts your alchemical power.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. So, we're only 2 episodes in, and I can't wait for you to meet my favorite character. And we're not going to meet him for a while.
Oh, well. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm Jace.
I'm Josh, and just a reminder, Patreon is a thing.
Patreon is a thing.
$1 full length, $3 early access, etc. Link in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.